started with music when I was really young, actually. I was about 2 years old. Even before I was 2, I started singing and dancing, and I was a huge fan of Shania Twain, still am. Loved Shania Twain and the Lizzie McGuire movie. I used to watch when I was 2. That was my favorite, and I used to reenact everything from that movie. So it was all honestly just in me from the time that I was little. And
so you have some history like with musical theater and stuff like that, right? I'm pretty sure I saw you in a few musicals. Does like your childhood and just growing up around music, being involved in that scene, does that kind of play into you kind of starting into that? Or
100%. I think that my real love, because growing up in a small town, I never really was around people that were in music a lot, so I didn't really get into that atmosphere until high school when I came to the comp with you, and I got to go into the drama program and meet Mr. Stang, and after just feeling that camaraderie and that feeling of family within the drama family and within musical theater, it kind of made me realize that that's where my people are, and that's where my weird, quirky music people are, and that kind of just reinstated that music is where I need to be, and that's where I feel the most at home. And even if it's acting and dancing, it still feels like home to me. So I think it's still hard to find people that understand me. A lot of people, like around here especially, they don't really get music and they don't understand that it's a career. A lot of people think that it's just something that I like to do, which it is, but it's my life, and it's something that I'm very dedicated to. And so being able to go to events and even meet with people like you guys who are so passionate about art, like if I would have known that there were people in high school that were just as passionate as I was, but just scared to come out and express themselves, then I would have felt so much more at home and so much.
And I think that's just a big thing, especially in small communities where you kind of can easily get stuck in the circle of what's normal, what's trendy, this is the way I'm supposed to be, this is the way I'm supposed to present yourself. You do really, like, obviously you don't live by that, you know, and that's the kind of people I like to talk to, you know, people who branch out, do their own thing, follow their passion. You were talking about Back to Us and kind of how that had a bit more of a personal meaning behind it. Would you be able to tell me?
Yeah, Back to Us. Some of the songs that I have released are actually songs that are pitched to me. So songs that are pitched come from big songwriting corporations or publishing companies that have all these songs and songwriters, and they pass it down onto artists like us if they don't want to record it themselves. So this song was written by a popular Canadian artist named Victoria Banks. I don't know if you guys have heard of any of her songs, but I listened to the song and immediately knew that it was something that I wanted to release, just because I was, at the time that I was releasing this album, I was graduating high school, and it was kind of like a fresh start. And this song kind of talks about looking back on a moment of your life that you're nostalgic about or that you miss, and this particular song talks about a relationship that you're looking back and being nostalgic on, but I never really had a nostalgic relationship to look back on in high school, so we'll just look back at the happy memories. And I think that it also kind of signifies what we're going through now with COVID. You know, we want to go back to a simpler time, to before all this crap was going on.
Do you feel like sometimes you're hard on yourself because other people kind of look at it a little bit like they don't take it as seriously as you?
100%. I've always been really hard on myself, and that I think that also comes with being an artist. I think a lot of artists are very very self-critical, and I've always been very self-critical of myself, and even more so with social media and not having anything to do. I just sitting on my phone and seeing like, oh, this musician is writing a song today, I haven't written a song today, like what a piece of crap you are. Like all of those things, it does make me think that I'm less than, or I'm not as good as this person. But then again, I also think I'm on my own path to success. It's not a competition. My social media page, I'm not posting to get the most likes. I'm not posting to be the most beautiful. I'm not one of those girls that posts selfies and models at the beach, you know?
I just kind of want to be here.
I just want to be here and be me, and I want people to see that. I don't want people to think that I'm perfect, because I'm not, because man, I could tell you however many days in this COVID that I've sat in my room crying because things have been so crappy. I think that everyone goes through their hard times, and yeah, definitely I've felt that in the past couple of years for sure.
Do you like that reflects a lot? Like, do you feel that reflects a lot in your music as well, like in your EP?
It definitely does. Yeah, I think that it's caused me to become more raw with my emotions and just be more open about things, because if I'm not being open about myself, I don't feel good, and I know that other people won't be getting the true image of me, so why not just be yourself? A lot of people look at a musician and they just think of the glitz and the glamour. When they see me, they see all the makeup and the fancy stuff, but there's a lot of behind the scenes action that goes along with it. As you guys probably know with your videos and stuff, you know, you gotta plan things, and with me there's also financing. I have a manager that does things. We have publicity who does everything in terms of promoting the album or whatever, and also when you get bigger into things, there's a label, and it's a lot of business things that comes along. Just
and that's the part that a lot of people don't really get to see. Right?
Yeah,
the business part of it.
Yeah, and you also have to be business smart. I'm working on getting the business thing down, but there's a lot to learn, and it's way more than just getting up on stage and singing a song, for sure. Yeah.
What is the music industry like with COVID and everything changing?
It's kind of all over the place. I think musicians, especially myself included, we just kind of want to get out there. I mean, as soon as vaccinations became a thing, I was 100% all for getting one, just because that meant doing what I love to do. And I think that a lot of the industry has that same mindset, is they just want to do what they love. Yeah. And I think that the main thing that me, along with the rest of the music industry, wants everyone to know is that your streams matter, and you buying our songs matter. Buying our albums is the greatest thing that you can do, or following us on social media. Streams don't really do that much, but it's the thought that counts. So anything that you can do to help us, come out to events like this at Three Trees, and that's, I think, the one thing that I would say on behalf of the music community is that we need your support more than ever.
Do you ever feel like it's taken a toll on you at all, like just under navigating the business world and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think that it definitely has taken a toll on me, but I think it's important that, you know, we go through those struggles, especially as young individuals, you know, to find our way. Like that's how we learn our lessons. So I think, yeah.
Just to wrap it up, I was going to ask you, what are your plans with music?
My plans? Well, if you keep following my page, there will be some updates soon. We're going to be releasing some new music very soon. And this batch of songs I'm really excited about, even more so than the last batch, I think. Maybe just because these songs kind of resonate with me more so at this time in my life. And I think that the songs like Boomerang and Good on Me, that was kind of my high school songs. And you know, now that I'm in college and a bit older and a bit more mature, these songs will definitely parallel and line up with that. And I'm hoping that I can continue touring with my music and get out of Lloydminster, go to different places in Canada, maybe even the States, and make new fans and make new friends. Build my brand, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Do it.
For someone, obviously you're a creator and a musician. For someone who's, let's say they're wanting to start making music, or they have something that they want to try out, like, you know, whether it's music, whether it's photography or something like that. But sometimes people have like a fear of trying new things or going all in for something that they really love. What would you say to someone has a passion for something like music, but they're maybe afraid to go all in on it?
Yeah, I'd say the main thing, and this is one of the realizations that I've come to throughout COVID, especially just because you've been in such a hard time and I've had so much time to think. Live for yourself. You are not living for anyone else. You are living for you. If you're in relationships that do not make you happy, if you are in situations that don't make you happy, if you're doing things that don't make you happy, and if there are things that will make you happy and you can see that will make those changes in your life, go for it, because it's your life and you can do whatever you want with it. And I think that the more that I get in situations with friends where I'm like, oh, like, I'm sad that they're not inviting me somewhere, or like, you know, different things like that, it's just like, why am I sad about this? Like, I can create my own reality, you know. We can.
The same as going back into what we were talking about before, when you were saying it's so easy to get caught in, this is what I want to do.
Yes. but that's just what society says. Society is just created by people. Yeah.
Live outside the box.
Yes, live outside the box. Yeah. That's all that I'd say.
With what Emmanuel said, I just kind of counter follow question type thing. I feel like every person in their life has to face a point eventually where they kind of have to look at life and be like, what do I want out of all of this? What even is all of this? You know, the same idea, like, can I even do it? Can I push forward type of thing? I'm sure you've found yourself in that situation before. Has that kind of pushed your music even further?
Oh yeah, and I still find myself in that position. I think, like, whenever I'm having a bad day, I'll be like, is music what I'm supposed to be doing? But and I think that everyone goes through that. But there's always going to be, if you're in the right moment, if you're in the right field of what you're supposed to be doing, you will get reassurance all the time, and you will just be happy with doing what you're doing, no matter what.
Just free yourself.
Yeah.
The chains you put on yourself.
Yeah, basically.
All right, I think we're